Hello kids, and welcome to my reading journal setup for 2025. This is a little bit late, but as I'm recording this, I'm actually still in a reading slump, and I have been for many months. But I'm starting to feel the desire to read again. So hopefully April is going to be the month where I finally pick up a book again, so I can, still hit my reading goal and go over it. Like, I just really want to go over my reading goal. I've never done that, and I really want to achieve that. And I have so many books that I want to read, so technically it would be really, really good for me to do that. But either way, hello, welcome to the setup. I went with a somewhat basic, somewhat aesthetic, somewhat cute cover page. I know a lot of people have these incredibly gorgeous cover pages. I just work with what I can do with my skill level. And honestly, out of all the reading journals that I've had, I think this is my favorite cover page. Like, this is so cute. I love it. I've gotten many new reading related stickers lately, so I can make good use of them now, and I don't know, I just really like this page. I think this turned out really cute, kind of aesthetic, and I don't know, I like it. For the first actual page of my reading journal, I, as always, have a reading tracker where I color in every day that I spend reading, just to have an overview of how many days did I actually read, how bad were my reading slumps, all that sort of stuff. And I really like doing these. I think they're super nice and amazing to look back at later on, so I can really recommend having a reading tracker if you don't. Then I of course decorated the page, since I have so many book stickers, and lately I've also gotten a bunch of new book washi tapes, so I am 100% set for any reading journal related stuff lately. It's just I need to read so I can write about books and have pages in here instead of just the basic setup pages, but hopefully we'll get to that. On the page next to my reading tracker, I have my reading goal tracker. As always, my goal is to read 50 books. Last year, I didn't end up reaching that goal because after I graduated, I was just very much done with life, and in general, last year was a strange year, you know? As I'm recording this voiceover, it is April 4th, and I have not picked up a book this year. Well, to be fair, I have picked up a book, but it was to put it to another place. Technically, I picked up 2 books at the bookstore that I bought. I didn't want to buy them. My boyfriend wanted me to buy them, okay? And it's not my fault. 50 books. I know I can do it. And if I actually get out of this reading slump soon, I think I can end the year with like 70 read books. But I still keep 50 as my goal just because it's a nice number. Last year I didn't hit my goal. The 2 previous years I always hit it on December 31st. So if I now reach a point in life where I do read a lot and I actually can hit that goal without too many problems, then maybe next year I will raise that goal a little bit. But I want it to be achievable, and I just don't want to like put too much pressure on myself to hit a high number, because after all, we're reading for fun. and it doesn't matter if you only read like 2 books a year or 200. If you have fun, that is what matters. So yeah, we'll see how many books I'm going to end up reading this year. And I also want to start making reading wrap-ups again. I only did like, I uploaded one, I recorded a few more throughout my life so far, but those other ones never made it onto the internet. Thankfully, probably. But I definitely want to get back into reading. I want to make more book-related videos, and yeah, we'll see how everything goes. On the next 2 pages I have my tracker pages where I track my series and manga that I read. Really, really useful, and it feels so nice to just check off the books that you actually read, and it's also nice to keep an overview. I have quite a few series by now that I've started, and between all these other like 2,000 books on my want to read list on Goodreads, it's a little bit hard to keep up with the ones that are like a continuation of something that I've read before, so this is very helpful. And then I started working on my pages of shame, as I like to call them, because that is my tracker for all the unread books that I own. If I counted correctly, I think it's 120 books. I don't want to talk about it, okay? To be fair, I occasionally work at a local bookstore, okay? And then I also get a discount, and books are nice. And it's not like they expire or anything, and I like collecting stuff, and it's a nice hobby. I am on a book buying ban though, so ideally this year I'm not going to buy that many books. I really want to get the number of unread books down. I don't like it. I want to be under 50 unread books, then I'm okay, because I'm still a bit of a mood reader, and you know, like sometimes you just want something different. Either way, as I was setting up these pages, because I need 3 pages for the old book tracker, I accidentally skipped 2 pages there, but that was actually fine because I just ended up using the extra spreadsheet that I made for another page that is coming up in a second. Next to the last page of shame of my unread books is a page for favorite quotes. Not necessarily one that I really use, but maybe one day I'm going to become the person to really appreciate various quotes and want to write them down, and then I am prepared for that. So just in case, I have that page. For the spreadsheet that I accidentally started because I thought I was still on the previous page and meant to turn that into my old books spreadsheet, I ended up using that for a new books tracker. I left the page next to that empty because you never know how the year is going to go, but I do not want to go over this one page. I mean, who knows, maybe someone is going to give me a bunch of books and then I will need a second page, but I don't necessarily want to buy any books. We'll see how it goes. I am so excited for the 2026 setup to see how many pages I'll have of pages of shame and how many books I'm gonna end up reading this year. Like, I'm just really, really excited about books right now. I need to start reading again. Then on the next page, I made one of my favorite pages that I always do now, which is a Stephen King tracker. And I have to say something with this, because I noticed last year I started messing up this tracker. For some reason, in 2024, I skipped 2 books. Like when I first did this page, I did include all the books, everything was fine, and I've always used that page as a reference since then. But somehow I forgot 2 books. And because I went with last year's list again as a reference for this year, I messed up again. So somehow I just managed to ignore The Talisman in the Eyes of the Dragon. I don't know how that happened. And I have yet to like include them at the very bottom of this list. I'm just ashamed that I forgot them. And then I didn't even notice for over 1 year. Like, what kind of Stephen King fan am I? Either way, I have this page because it is one of my like goals in life, book-related goals, to read all of his books. So I like having a separate little tracker for this. Also, I recorded this in the middle of the night and I was really tired. You can notice there, the little divider line is not symmetrical. Somehow, I went to a different line as I was drawing it. But I did it so well that it's barely noticeable. So I'm proud of myself in a way for successfully failing to draw a line. Next year, The Talisman and the Eyes of the Dragon will be in their correct spots. I will make sure of that. I'm so sorry. Mr. King, please forgive me. And then the next 2 pages are my tracker pages for the books I actually read, where I write down the author, title, rating, and when I started and finished the book. Hopefully this is going to be a very, very full page or pages by the end of the year. Maybe I'll even have to add a 3rd page, who knows? Okay, probably not gonna read that much, but maybe. You never know. And then we got to the fun part where I started filling out everything from my old reading journal. Like, I updated my series tracker, took out all the books I read last year, which weren't that many really. It's definitely noticeable that I was tired while doing this because I just started writing down the authors' names a lot before I went on to write the actual book titles, which led to me writing Katie Robert down 2 times too many. One of these I typexed over, but that's usually not that pretty. So for the other one, I just added the book that's probably gonna come out in 2026, I think. I'll just really be on track for when that comes out, I guess. I really hope I'm not going to start many new series this year, since this page is already pretty full. And I have so many books that I need to read. I can't add more onto that list. Like, I need to become like 1,000 years old just to read all those books. I don't know how I can do it otherwise. And then I started on the Pages of Shame. I didn't film all of this simply because it took forever to do this. I think I spent like an hour or so working on this off camera. The thing is, my camera was kind of starting to overheat and I was running out of battery and it was just all a struggle. And I was tired, in case I haven't mentioned that yet. So a little bit of it was done off camera and I just hope that next year for the next reading journal setup I will have so little books on there that we can just quickly do that on camera and it won't be a problem. I guess this video is also kind of your sign. If you have like 20 unread books and you feel bad about it, don't worry, there's me. I have more unread books. Go buy that new book. It's fine. I still have more. You're not as insane as I am, so you know, you're okay. Just get that book. And one of my favorite things is checking off all of the Stephen King books that I have read. Just this time for some reason I forgot to check off Pet Sematary. I don't know why. Like, this Stephen King tracker, it's kind of a mess. I'm sorry. Then I went to the tracker of all the books that I read and added in the 2 books that I have been reading since last year. Oops. And lastly, we got to the very fun part of decorating the cover. This is really where the millions of book stickers come in handy. This cover turned out super cute. I love it. It makes me very, very happy. Especially the little ghost face sticker that's about to come up, I think. Where is it? Please, Kiwi, show the cute little ghost face. There he is, yes. So I absolutely love this cover and I love the reading journal in general. I really hope I'm going to read more this year, so fingers crossed. For all the viewers too, may you hit your reading goals, and if you don't, it is okay. The world is not going to end. I am going to end this here. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you have a good year of reading ahead of you. And yeah, stay hydrated and goodbye!